Hello, everyone. My name is Bill Spencer, Senior Director for Microsoft Teams Engineering. I'm pleased today to be joined by Richard Gladwell from Condeco, one of my favorite partners, showing their integration with Microsoft Teams. Take it away, Richard.
Thanks, Bill. Hi, everyone. Yeah, really excited to be here today to show to you what we've been doing for Condeco in Microsoft Teams. So I've got a couple of slides to go through, but really want to spend the time on the demo and any Q&A that we have at the end. So really, we've had a long history of Microsoft 365 integration, and I've been with Condeco, which is now part of Aptura, over 12 years now. And I look back and we started with a calendar appointment extension that was in Outlook, and that moved on to a Complus, and then through Exchange integration, and now today working with the Microsoft team over the last year and 2 years, it's been really exciting because we've really accelerated, and what we can do now with the marketplace apps in Outlook, what we can do with the Teams app, what we can do with Microsoft Graph is really powerful. And so I'm really happy to get to show to you today what we've been working on. So yeah, as I say, seamlessly connecting Condeco's capabilities into Microsoft 365 is like a key strategy for Condeco and Aptura. So we really want to bring that to our customers, and they see it as vital as part of their workplace experience, and really helping everyone connect and collaborate across the organizations. So we primarily used to focus on resource booking, booking meeting spaces, booking desks. But with our Teams app, what we really wanted to do is put the user and the employee at the focus of it. So really understanding when they come into the office, who they need to collaborate with, helping them drive those decisions on when the best day to come to the office is, and then being able to book the spaces that they need in order to collaborate and also to facilitate their work environment. So by making it easier to schedule your office day, share with your team, book, and then manage your work days, manage your workspaces directly through the Teams app. And this really makes this hybrid approach to work even better. Everyone's working differently. Some are working from home all the time, some are working in the office all the time, and there's a big mix in between. Building those bridges between people who are working in the office, working remotely, and allowing them to work in the way that suits them best. And we're really excited to sort of launch these 3 integrations with Microsoft 365. So we started with this Outlook calendar add-in last year, and then we moved on to our Microsoft Teams app, which started in April, I believe, this year, with a kind of V1 beta that we launched in June. And Sindhu and Anna and the team from Microsoft were really excited by this, and it was quickly a conversation around how could we get a V2. This is really exciting stuff, but we want more. And then onto the Condeco mobile booking app. So making that interface integrate with Microsoft 365 so that if users create a booking via our mobile app, it seamlessly creates a calendar event in that Outlook calendar. So deep diving into the Microsoft Team app, which I'll demo just after this. So being able to set up frequent collaborators, and this is just around creating teams. So either teams in channels or chats, or just talking directly to the bot. You can see your groups of frequent collaborators and make decisions on when's best to come to the office, and also book spaces with those people as well. So finding and booking meeting spaces for everyone directly within the chat, so you don't have to leave the chat. You can collaborate on what's the space that you need, and then this gets added to your calendar automatically. And of course, building that hybrid working environment, everything's now a Teams meeting. So it's important that anything that's booked via Condeco also creates a Teams meeting event. Being able to pre-configure the in-room equipment, so inviting the Exchange mailbox whenever a Condeco room is booked to ensure that the Teams in-room equipment is automatically set up for the meeting for that one-click journey that everyone wants. And then being able to choose your office schedule, share it with your teammates, help drive decisions on when's best to come to the office to collaborate, encourage people to share when they're coming to the office as well. So making it a really collaborative effort within teams on helping people decide when is the best day to come in. And then once they've decided the days to come into the office, being able to find and book those workspaces that they need to do the work in the office. And then lastly, seeing this overview. So being able to see at a glance, a week at a time, what days are really good to come into the office. So list all the people that are in my team that I frequently collaborate with and understand when they're in the office and join them. So without further ado, I'm going to do the solution walkthrough. But first of all, I just want to make a note of saying that to deploy the app, we do need some endpoints that are admin controlled. So I'm just going to take you to the admin center in Microsoft Teams Admin Center. We do require to have full functionality within the app because we use certain endpoints that gather information around who's in the chat, the participants of the chat or the participants of the team. This does require admin permissions. So it's important that the Microsoft Teams admin within organizations sets the permissions, gives the permissions that we need and grants them through the admin center to get the full experience of that they use. So once that's done, the admins can deploy the app via the Microsoft Teams Center, or users can add it themselves. It will be added to the chat or the Teams channel as they see fit. So as I said, you can talk directly with the Condeco bot on a one-on-one. You can have it as a part of a group chat, or you can add it to a Teams channel as well. So I'm going to go ahead and invoke the bot, and I'm going to choose schedule. So I'm going to choose what days I want to come into the office next week based on other people's own office presence, and also encourage people within this chat to set their own if they haven't already. So this returns an adaptive card and it says, hey, it's time to choose your office schedule for the week. So everyone sees this card on the chat and it encourages people to choose and share their schedule as well. So I click on choose your schedule. It opens this pop-up and it brings in the location that I usually work at with the dates for the rest of the week. And it shows the people who have already chosen to work from the office on those days. And I can hover over these people and it brings up a standard Microsoft profile card. So let's say Thursday looks a good day because most people are in. I can check Thursday. I can click share my schedule. It tells me that my schedule has been shared with everyone. I've chosen Thursday and it asks me whether I want to book a workspace while I'm at it. So maybe I'm just joining for meetings and I don't need a space to work because I'm going to be in a meeting room all day. But maybe I do need a workspace. So if I click book a workspace, it pulls in the days that I've selected to be in the office. It allows me to choose this workspace type. Maybe there's different types of workspaces available to me, a desk or an office. It pulls in my defaults from my profile and it provides me a list of available workspaces that I can book. This looks good. I get a confirmation that I've chosen my office day and I'm booked to work at 0182 on the 8th of December. Great. So I click done. It outputs the change to this adaptive card that everyone can see. And you can see there's a little bit of gamification there, saying that I'm the first to share my schedule and encourages others to also choose and share their schedule with their colleagues. Okay, so I've chosen my schedule for the week. I've booked my workspace that I need. Now I want to book a meeting space to meet with people while I'm in the office. And I can do this by doing @Condeco and then using the book command. So this, again, uses an adaptive card directly within the chat, but slightly different to before. This is only visible to me. So all this information around the search and what space I'm looking for is just shown to me, and that stops people from being disturbed in the chat. They will see an adaptive card that says, hey, Richard is trying to find a space to meet, but they won't see the whole journey. So again, it pulls in my defaults of where I'm working, the building and location. It allows me to select a floor And again, the type of space that I need, maybe a conference space or a huddle space or a meeting room, I'm going to go ahead and choose a conference space. That pulls the number of attendees who are in the chat, number of participants, which includes me, but maybe not everyone's going to be joining from the room. So I can freely reduce this down to a more suitable capacity that I'm searching for. Click next, and then it asks me how long I would like it for. It's got some stock options here just to save some time, but I'm free to choose a specific date and time in the future should I need to. But let's go ahead and book it for in an hour or 1 hour. Okay, great. It's found some available rooms. I'm going to choose room 1, which fits in 10. Pause the title of the meeting from the chat. So I don't need to necessarily change that, but I can if I want to. Maybe I want to add meeting at the end. And I can choose who to invite. So maybe, as I said, I didn't want everyone to be part of the space. Some people may be joining remotely. So if I go ahead and just unselect the people that I don't need to be invited. Again, it ticks it as a Teams meeting automatically. But if I want to make this an in-person meeting only, I'm free to untick that, and it won't add any Teams information to the calendar event. I click done. And then the next card, everyone sees so that everyone knows when and where the meeting is booked for and who's invited. And it also tells everyone that a calendar invite is going to be sent out from my calendar. So if I now go to my calendar in Teams, you'll see it's added the event directly into my calendar, and it's invited the people who I chose earlier. It's also invited the Teams equipment, which is a mailbox that's associated with the Condeco room, and this ensures that the Teams equipment is already set up for me when I walk into the room. Any changes to this meeting, for example, if I need to change the time or day or extend it, are automatically made. The changes are automatically made in Condeco as well. So there's a connection there from the event to the Condeco booking. I'm free to add any more people to that event. Maybe there's some people that I forgot originally. Maybe there's some external people that I need to add or whatever. And this event can be edited in Outlook as well. So if there's part of our Outlook add-in, Condeco Outlook add-in, there's a visitor flow. People can freely add visitors through the Condeco Outlook add-in. So it all works. It's all connected seamlessly. Okay, so I've chosen my schedule. I've shared it with my team. I've booked my workspace for the day, and I've booked a meeting space to collaborate with my team. Next, I just want to check an overview. I want to see who else is in over the week or maybe weeks ahead. And I can do this through the tab view. To the tab here, Condeco. See, it loads up this overview per week of my colleagues who are in the office. So it pulls in the participants of the chat and shows them here. If I do this from the one-on-one chat with a card, because there's no other participants, what it does is it pulls in my frequent collaborators. So people who I frequently collaborate with using Microsoft products will be shown there instead. So here I can see I'm in the office on Thursday. That's what I chose earlier through the adaptive cards. But on Wednesday and Friday, I'm not in the office. Let's look at the week ahead. You can see some more people are in the office as well. Maybe I want to join them on Wednesday. I click join the office, pulled in my location. I check who's in. Great. Share my schedule. Don't need to book a workspace perhaps. Maybe I can do that later. And it's added me to the office that day. And the great thing is this functionality is available on the Teams mobile app as well. And we recently demoed this to a large customer of ours who was amazed that you could get the same feeling, the same interaction on the Teams mobile app as you can on the desktop. So it really, really scales well to mobile devices, and you get that real connected experience, whether you're working on desktop. I'm working on Teams browser or a mobile device. Okay, thanks, Bill. I'm going to pass back to you to see if we've got any questions in the chat.
We do. Thank you. So one question is, can you share plans for support of Portuguese and Spanish? What languages is Condeco available in now, and what are your near-term plans?
Yeah, so it depends on the product, but at the moment, the apps, the Teams app and the Microsoft 365 Outlook add-in is available in, and I'll have to check this, but I'm pretty sure it's available in English, Spanish, German, and French. But yeah, I will check that 100%. Plans on Portuguese, and what was the other language?
Spanish was the other, so I'm glad to hear that
potentially
Spanish is covered.
No, but we're always looking for feedback. So if we get a lot of customer demand on supporting Spanish and Portuguese, we can certainly look at that and look at adding a language pack.
Great, thank you. Another question is, does Condeco support coordinating a meeting with customers, that is, requesting their availability? Or is it focused on internal Azure Active Directory users?
Yeah, so at the moment it's focused on just internal people within your organization, but looking outside your organization would be really interesting if we could do that. I'm not sure about the permissioning around that, but yeah, certainly something that would be very interesting if we can coordinate people across organizations based on their availability and their working location as well.
Thank you, Richard. Another question is, what are your plans for support of FedRAMP and Government Community Cloud?
Yeah, it's a good question. And I know as part of, as I said earlier, that Condeco is now part of Aptura, which is a lot bigger organization and really exciting stuff. And I know that FedRAMP is something that's a key sort of priority and objective for the leadership team at Aptura. So I don't have any more details on that now, but it's something that we are aware of and thinking about. And I know that some of our other products in the suite are already supporting FedRAMP as well.
Great. And what are some of the interesting features you can tell us about, and if possible, any sort of expectations on dates?
Yeah, so this is live. This is available now. We launched it earlier in October. Just before the Microsoft Ignite, was it, the event? Yeah. So all the features that I've shown you today are available today. Condeco customers do have to have the Condeco Microsoft 365 integration to take advantage of the Microsoft Teams app and the Microsoft 365 integration. So that is the only requirement. But yeah, everything that I've shown you today can be used today.
Thank you. No, it's a really cool product, and it meets the needs of what I've heard from many customers. So I really appreciate the collaboration. Well, that's it for questions. Thank you very much, Richard. I really appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, for joining, and we hope that this collaboration will lead to a lot of our mutual customers having a better hybrid work experience.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Bill.
Take care, all.